welcome back. So today's video is going to be my month 2 update on Absorica, Isotretinoin, Accutane. It's all the same. And I'm going to kind of follow the same pattern, I guess, that I did in the last update, which I'll link up here and also down below if you haven't seen that. I'm going to start off with explaining how my skin was before I even started the medication, just so you can kind of have a reference to that and to how my skin is now and how much it has changed. And then I'll go into before and after pictures. I took a picture on the same day every week, and that way I just wanted y'all to see how much my skin has changed over the course of the month. And then I'll go into my skin now. I'll show you up close, and then I'll go into the side effects. So yeah, let's just get started. Alright, so starting off with how my skin was before this medication, I was kind of oily combo, mostly oily in the T-zone, and then out here in the outskirts of my face I was pretty normal. But then in the summertime I would kind of go oily all over, and my whole body was kind of oily. I wouldn't get too many breakouts on my chest, maybe just 1 or 2 on my shoulders. But yeah, I had like blackheads, whiteheads, cysts, every kind of zit that you can think of was on my face at some point. So yeah, that's just a little rundown of how my skin was before. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the weekly updated pictures just so you can kind of see how it was every week, and then I'll be back with you in a second to show you my skin up close. So now that we're up close and personal, I'm just going to show you my skin now so you have a reference to the last picture to now and how it kind of looks. So hopefully I'm in frame, but this is what the left side of my face looks like. I only have like, I don't know, in this section right here is like a little zit, and then I may have like 1 or 2 under here. But other than that, it's pretty flat. And then the middle of my face right here is pretty clear, as well as my forehead. And my right side of my face, I have a few down here, just like on the other side. But on this actual part right here, I maybe have like 1-ish, maybe. I wouldn't even call it a zit at this point. But it's pretty much very flat, so that's awesome. The dosage I was on for my second month was 30 milligrams twice a day, and I never missed a day, never missed a pill. I was sure to be on that because I want these bumps gone. So the first part of the month I was still getting breakouts from like the tail end of the first month, which if you watched my last video, you know was pretty bad, and I was breaking out quite a bit just from like my skin purging everything. So the first part of the second month I was pretty much doing the same thing, and I was still getting zits. So now, as you can see, my skin is pretty much flat with the exception of, you know, a few here and there. But I feel like it's really dramatically changed just during the second month. So if you're going through it now and you're in the first month, keep your head up. It's going to get better slowly but surely, because at some points I was like, I don't even know if this is ever going to get better, but it will. So moving on to the side effects, some carried over from the first month. So along with that came lower back pain. I couldn't work out anymore. I mean, it was just so painful. I couldn't do like jump squats or just anything I was doing beforehand, I could not do. And I think with the up dosage, it kind of like made it worse. So if I'm sitting for a long period of time and I get up, it hurts. Or, you know, if I sneeze or something like that, my lower back hurts. Like, it's just pretty much my lower back. Which I'll get into what the doctor said about that the last time I went, which was like a couple days ago, so just stay tuned for that. So the next thing is flaky skin, and I'm talking like really flaky. And even when it got worse when I had makeup on. I could just like peel the flakes off because my skin would be so dry. I mean, I get them when my skin like doesn't have makeup on, but it's not as bad. But at some points I would be able to rub my skin like this and come off with dry skin on my hands. Like, that's how dry my skin was. And it was just, it wasn't uncomfortable, it was just annoying. Like, it just looked really bad, you know? The next side effect I experienced was foundation still not looking good around my nose or on my nose because of all the texture that I had that was brought out from the medicine. So it was just, during the first month, it just looked so bad. Like, I could not do anything to fix it. And it kind of carried over into the second month, but I've noticed that it's kind of gotten a little bit better. And like my foundations don't look as bad, but that you can still tell there's like texture, and it kind of rubs off on my nose a little bit, but it's not anything like it was before. And I mean, I can still feel the texture on there, but it's not as bad. So thankfully, that's going down a little bit. The next side effect, which I'm so happy about, is I'm not having any more deep-rooted zits at all. Like I said earlier, and you can see, I only have a couple of breakouts, and that is awesome. Like, I just don't get as many breakouts at all. Like, some days I just won't have any, which is awesome. And I'm not getting any more like cystic acne or anything. It's just like one little thing here and there, and it's no big deal. And I'm so happy for that. I will take just one or two here and there any day compared to what I was having before. So that is one good thing to look forward to. Sorry, my phone went off. Another weird side effect I was experiencing at kind of the beginning to middle-ish part of the second month was nosebleeds. And it wasn't like nosebleeds that you're probably thinking of where it like comes out full force and like dripping. It's like where you blow your nose and there's blood in the tissue, or you're like going to pat your nose with a tissue and there's blood on it. And I've never had that before. Like, I've never had a nosebleed or anything, so it's kind of weird and something that is unusual for me to experience. And I think it was because like my nose and like my whole body pretty much is so dried out that it's just like bleeding and cracking. Which that kind of leads me on to my next side effect, which is like cracking lips. And at one point, my lips were so dry that I went to put on Vaseline, and when I put the Vaseline on, like as soon as I touched it and dragged it across, my lips cracked. Like, it went, like it was pop, like it made a noise because all my bottom lip, it was like just separated in like many different parts. It was so gross. And just dry lips this month have really been bad. I don't know if it's because of the up dosage, I'm sure it is, but it's just, dry lips have not been good, and I think the winter months also have not been helping it at all. Another great side effect that I've noticed is that my zits that I do have, the one or two that come up, they go away a lot faster than like, you know, normal. Your body would normally make them go away, if that makes any sense. So for example, I'll have like this zit right here that you can see pretty prominently. It'll be here today, but tomorrow it'll be flat. It might still be a little bit red, but it'll be flat and almost gone, and I'm okay with that. And kind of like I mentioned earlier, my last side effect is that my skin is smooth where I don't have any bumps. So like right here it's pretty smooth, over here it's pretty smooth, and definitely my forehead it's smooth. Anywhere that I had like little white bumps, or like, I don't know if they're like blackheads or what, it's like completely smooth. I'm loving that it goes away fast and my skin is actually smooth. So the most of what you're seeing now is not acne. It is acne scars from months and months of having acne and dealing with it and it just being so bad. So that is all the redness that you see. It's not actual zits now, which is awesome. So when I went to the doctor a couple of days ago, she was asking questions about the medicine, and she said my face looked good and everything, and then she was like, are you having any like joint or muscle pain? And I said, yeah, I can't exercise anymore because my back hurts so bad. And she was saying that that is very rare, because people who are active, if they exercise on this medication, it just feels like they have done a little bit more. But for someone to not be able to do it at all because of the pain is pretty rare. And she said that she's going to keep me on the same dosage, which is 30 milligrams twice a day, instead of upping the dosage at all, because I am having such pain. And she said, try to work out and just do stuff that you would have normally done when you work out, and then just take Advil. And she said, just take that and it should help. But if it doesn't, we're going to have to lower my dosage and I'm going to have to be on it for longer. So hopefully this helps. I did work out today to kind of like test it out, test the theory out to see if it would work, and I felt fine. I mean, during the workout, I did like a beginner cardio because I hadn't done workouts in like 2 months from being on this medicine. So during the workout, I was fine. It wasn't that bad. I could kind of feel my back starting to flare up, but not anything that was like unbearable and would make me quit. So I just kept going and it was fine. I mean, afterwards, I was starting to feel like it was kind of getting a little bit worse. So I just popped some Advil and now I have no pain. It's like I didn't do anything. So hopefully this continues to work. I'm going to try to increase my workouts to what I was doing before, like HIIT cardio and like actually using weights and stuff, because I think that's probably the true test to see if it will work. So if that's something you're experiencing, just take Advil or Aleve, I think she said, just no Tylenol. It has to be Advil Aleve, which is, what's it called? Ibuprofen. It's called ibuprofen. You can find it anywhere. You can even get like the drugstore brand. Alright, so this was the entire second month update. I'm really pleased with how my skin looks. It's not perfect. It's still very red, as you can see, but the amount of zits that I do not have anymore, I am totally okay with that. But as always, I will keep you updated on these monthly updates. You can ask me questions on Twitter, on Instagram, on Snapchat, anything you want to. All those links are down below in case you want to ask me a question and don't want, you know, all of my YouTube comment section to see it. I really hope y'all enjoyed this and found this helpful, especially if you are thinking about going on this medicine. So far, I do think it's worth it. Just getting past the first month is just really hard. So please don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you liked it and found it helpful. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.